There is a new topic of discussion in the world of AI for the general public. It's called AI psychosis. Plenty of big news channels, doctors, and people who use AI tools and influencers are creating documentary type of content warning people about AI psychosis and the impact that it can have. And also there are a lot of articles from clinics and magazines and news channels and shit like that, but the reality is none of these guys are addressing the reason why AI psychosis occurs. If you don't know what AI psychosis is, it's basically you are a deluded individual who uses AI to get even more deluded. That's basically is it. And it's not a new phenomenon. It has been happening. People have been indulging in their own delusions long before digital technologies even existed. People believed in forms of government, people believe in faith systems, people believe in the value that they bring to the table or their own self-worth or perceived self-worth. Delusions were a part of human civilization for a long, long period of time. And due to digital technologies, due to these personalized content, especially like social media, these type of delusions become bigger and bigger with time. And now with AI, obviously these AI models are designed to give the user the best experience, and that sometimes means agreeing with the user's delusions. So obviously being deluded and indulging in your delusions is not a new thing, and people are just using AI to dive deeper and deeper, fall further and further in their own rabbit hole of delusions. They have given it a fancy name called AI psychosis because everything has to have the word AI in it, right? In order to be trending and in order for people to discuss it. But none of these guys are talking about the real reason behind AI psychosis, and the reason is that we are incapable of dealing with the truth in a matured way. That's the big reason. The biggest reason is we are just incapable of accepting the reality that's around us and dealing with it in a positive, actionable, responsible type of way. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you have horrible video creation skills like I do. All right. It's not as horrible as it used to be, but it's definitely not as good as a lot of the other successful YouTubers, right? That's why I'm in that journey. But if I delude myself into thinking that, oh my God, I'm great, I'm amazing, it's just that the algorithm is working against me, and people deliberately don't watch my videos because I speak the truth and whatever, that's delusion. And if I use AI to dive further into that delusion and use social media to dive further into that delusion, that's on me. It's not on some technology. I cannot blame a technology for my actions. The technology is what it is. Obviously, it's very widely and easily available right now, and in today's day and age, people can very easily indulge in whatever type of delusion and disbelief they have. The flat earth group is like the biggest example. These motherfuckers still believing that the earth is flat. So the reality is we need to develop better mechanisms to deal with the truth. If your skill levels of video creation, for example, continuing with the same example, for me, I guess, if they are shit, I have to accept that they're shit. And the matured way to deal with it is by practicing more, learning more, researching more, watching videos of successful YouTubers, understanding about their process, and continually fine-tuning and improving. That's the correct way of dealing with it. Now, unfortunately, the correct way of dealing with anything is tough. It requires a lot of work. It requires accountability. It requires you to set targets, set deadlines, do things as perfectly and as sincerely as possible, and then just get up and keep pushing. People don't want to do that. And I just gave you a skill-based example, but in reality, in social conditions, most people do not have positive coping skills, and their way of coping is just finding a framework in which their point is valid, and AI helps them create that framework in a much more tangible way or much more decisive way. Because unlike social media, in social media you just consume whatever content exists. You talk to people, at least, even though they are just behind a username. But in AI, you can ask ChatGPT, hey, I feel like this, and ChatGPT will find some way to validate your thought. Even if it is completely, absolutely abysmal and dog shit, it will find a way to give you some validation. It won't just give you the hard, sharp truth. And that's why AI-induced psychosis exists. It has nothing to do with AI or the nature of technology. Maybe the technology is too easily available. I guess you can attribute to that aspect of it. But in reality, as human beings, we have lost the ability to deal with the truth in a matured and responsible way. We need to, grow some balls, to be honest, and take truth as it is. If you're shit at something, you have to accept. If situation around you, the circumstances that you're in are horrible and bad, there is no need to sugarcoat it. And that's the real underlying solution for the AI psychosis or any kind of delusional type of situation. Just don't be a little bitch. Accept the truth. Sometimes you are in a shit situation and you need to work hard and dig yourself out of it. And like all of these kind of useless videos, they just feed on fear mongering. A lot of these people have unhealthy and weird coping mechanisms of dealing with the troubles of life. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the social circles, they definitely haven't developed the skills. That's why they're using AI too much to discuss their problems. They also don't know how AI works, which again is linked to the part of human beings being inherently lazy and getting more lazier by the minute with as we get more and more technology. And that's how you fix these type of problems. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.